Hello, let's explore learning theories. My beliefs for teaching are as follows. Connections between teacher, student, and peers are vital. The environment plays a pivotal role in how a student engages. Student and teacher beliefs and values guide learning, and understanding how and why children respond will assist teaching strategies. These beliefs are supported by behaviourism theory. So behaviourism theory, according to Parquet and Haas, is behaviourist learning theories emphasise change in behaviour that result from stimulus response associated made by the learner. So what this is that children are learning by stimulus response, so what they are exposed to. Using operant conditioning shapes new behaviours and highlights cause and effect, as seen in Duchenne and McMahon's diagram. As behavioural views of learning and the theories and classroom applications shape new behaviours. According to Skinner's theory, operant behaviours such as our actions within our environment and the consequences make up our learning process. And this is how that supports my belief of how the environment engages children and coaches how they learn. So exploring the features of behaviourism, according to Funder's diagram, association experiences and emotions with events correlate with a focus on environmental cause and effect. This can have a functional analysis. So the behaviour results from that environmental influence. And this is often seen through hedonism, we seek pleasure and avoid pain, or habituation, where we learn through habits. And this is supported by Skinner's operant conditioning theory. And as you can see in our diagram below, within behaviourist theory, the teacher takes on a pivotal role in providing that stimuli. Pritchard often describes behaviourism as observable behaviours, but the learning is defined as an acquisition of new behaviour. So through that operant conditioning, we are expecting and hoping that the children will learn new behaviours. So some strengths we can see through behaviourism theory is that with that operant conditioning and the repetition of tasks, we are achieving the desired behaviour, which is consistency of response. So we are wanting a particular behaviour to be consistently present, and we will do this through the reinforcement, which is our aim to increase the frequency of a behaviour, through positive reward or negative removal of unpleasant stimulus. According to Greenwood, developing routines will promote opportunities for learning, where almost all teachers have a start of lesson routine, and this is a prime example of conditioning, where over time students learn to come into the classroom in a particular way, and this is the teacher's conditioning of expected behaviour within the classroom setting. However, with this operant conditioning and these strengths, we do have limitations towards our behavioural theory. And where this diverges from my belief is that behaviourism does have that limited focus, where it often disregards emotional impact on student behaviour, where, according to Funder, Sherman and Nave, to what degree does personality and similarity between situations predict our behavioural consistency? So what this is implying is, to what degree is behaviourism taking into consideration a child's personality? And I feel that behaviourism needs to take more of this into consideration. While repetition-based tasks within the classroom is an effective tool, it's also based on the assumption that students understand that initial information. So they are required to learn, and this is where repetition-based tasks, and where it can be both a strength and a limitation, this also supports our solo taxonomy, where that repetition of task is going to promote our pre-structural, unistructural and multistructural stages, where with each repetition we're gaining a little bit more knowledge, and the student will be able to express a little bit more information on the topic that's been presented. Therefore, their stages of solo taxonomy will be developing. But how we apply behavioural theory within the practical application of the classroom, most commonly the reward system. So our dojo points, stickers and tangible rewards, which is a prime example of operant conditioning. This is how effective application and will govern teachers' desire to promote that particular behaviour. Wanting to sit down quietly and listen at a particular time, you will get a dojo point. Cause and effect, which was stated in Skinner's theory of operant conditioning, where our actions within our environments. So, for instance, reading in 5 days in a row is going to achieve a reward. However, not reading will get you that loss of privilege, and that's usually presented in iPad time, free time within that classroom. Where repetition and solo taxonomy comes into the practical application is often pre-tests, tests, and post-tests. So that constant evaluation of the test process. And as you can see, Greenwood has provided an example of behaviourism within the classroom. So in conclusion, while behaviourism does support some of my beliefs, my personal belief is more towards understanding why children respond the way they do, as previously stated by Funder, Sherman and Nave. While behaviourism should be used in partnership with cognitivism, so recognising that thought process. Behaviourism is an effective tool in governing desired behaviours within the classroom, and providing an environment that is a positive stimuli can promote that learning, and operant conditioning has had an effect on learned behaviours. If you require any more information, please feel free to explore some of the references that I've included. Thank you for attending today and listening to our topic.